Leaving Belize, I have a new respect for the people in this part of the world, their culture, and their history. It's hard not to like a country that was founded by pirates, where the national bird is a cartoon-colored toucan, the national animal is a floppy-nosed tapir, and the national motto is, "Under the shade, I will flourish." For most people, a trip to the Caribbean means, number one, lounging on the beach in a hammock with a cold drink. If that kind of pace is what you're after, you can totally indulge that dream here in Belize. But there's also a lot else going on. Our trips to Xun and Tunich and Calopech took us back into history,
exploring the mysteries of the ancient Mayan civilization.
As mysterious as they were, the Maya were also a lot like us. They chewed gum. They ate tortillas with beans and tacos. They loved chocolate. They played ball games, brewed alcoholic beverages, and danced. Traveling down the Hummingbird Highway with Aurelio Martinez, we crossed paths with the African and Caribbean cultures that morphed into the Garinagu. I can't imagine a better introduction to the Griffin world than the one Aurelio gave us. Being around strong people can make you stronger. To see people who stand up to adversity is empowering to those who witness the action. Talking with Miss Marie made me feel that way. Hearing her story will hopefully inspire others to stay in there and make their vision happen. Belizeans have their own unique taste preferences, and the people at Island Time Brewing, the new craft brewery on San Pedro, are working to break in with their own line of beers.
They're bravely forging ahead,
proudly offering specials flavored with ingredients native to Belize. They've been facing external pressures that try to dampen their spirit. It hasn't worked. Every day, they prove that competition is key to free market, and now that certain hurdles have been eliminated, they are here to stay. Like most developing countries, Belize has a troubled economy. The cozy relationship between big companies like Belican and the national government may seem strange to an outsider, but a Belizean visiting the US might think the same thing about the relationship between Exxon and Washington, D.C. I personally saw the devastating effect that companies can inflict on each other if corporate actions are not in check. But Belize is far ahead of many other nations in protecting natural heritage. An estimated 36% of the land, including rainforests, wetlands, and other significant ecosystems, is under protected status. The Belize Barrier Reef, which is also protected, is one of the most diverse ecosystems in the world. But back to the subject of economic diversity. Belican enjoyed a beer monopoly for decades. Now that I know more about them, however, I understand why the family and the company take such pride in their history. Belican is a small, independent company, fighting the good fight against the giant internationals who would love to buy them out and take over the entire Western Hemisphere. Fortunately, they're not going to let that happen. Belize is changing, trying to establish a foothold in the modern world economy while trying to maintain and preserve the unique things about its cultural and environmental heritage. With the CARICOM agreement and a new generation in charge of the beer industry, things are changing for Belizean beer drinkers too. It'll be interesting to see how the beer scene has changed here in a year or so. That sounds like a good reason to plan a return trip. Well, one of many, actually. Good to go.
Adonai, kasamba tukubae.